ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येम अक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैर्तुष्टुवांसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति नः इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नः तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ॐ शान्तिः 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 देवं नारायणं नत्वा सर्वदोषविवर्जितं परिपूर्णं गुरुंश्चान् गीतार्थं वक्ष्यामि लेशतः. So, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to folks who have joined for an exciting session of summary of Shatka, the first Shatka of Gita, as well as a quiz program. As you know, Shat means six. Group of six is called Shatka, and we are doing the first Shatka. We have successfully completed the first six chapters of Bhagavad Gita. So today we will do a summary of Shatka as well as we'll have a quiz. So over to Neetaji. Neetaji, you should be able to share your slides.
Yes, we can. Thank you, Madhusudanji. Thanks for this opportunity for the quiz as well. So let me share slides first.
You have to click this first, share sound. Oh, just trying.
Okay, I'll make slideshow. Okay. Yes. So, Madhusudanji, do you want to tell us a little bit more about TSRG?
Okay, yeah, of course, Neetaji. Thank you very much. So, I think the first Shatka, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, over the last several months, we have done the first six chapters of Bhagavad Gita, and we felt that that we should get a summary from the expert. And who else can I ask than Shri T.S. Raghavendran from Coimbatore, who is our guru and who has been taking classes for us for years and years and years. So, Sri Tamraparani Supacha Raghavendran, TSR, as he is popularly known in the Vedantic circles in southern India and in the whole of India. I just want to give a background. He's going to be talking to us over the next 25 minutes, giving the essence of the first Shatka of the Gita. So TSR is an advocate from Coimbatore in south of India. He's the third son of Sri Subhachar, a renowned Vedantic scholar. Now, TSR has got multiple facets to his life. I just want to first take back to his. I just want to take back to his university days. So he practiced. So he practiced his law. He studied law in Madras Law College. Of course, breaking all the records in the university and a highly academic students in his younger days. And in fact, he had secured the highest mark in the State Bar Council and won the gold medal at that point. He has been a legal advisor for several big companies, nationalized banks, and so on. So that's from his professional life. And when you go to his spiritual life, he studied Vedanta under his guru and father, Sri D.V. Supachar, who is an accredited traditional scholar of Vedanta. He studied Vedanta with his father's guidance for several years. He continues to conduct classes. He's 87 now, but he's still very active, conducting classes on Vedanta, Gita, Brahma Sutras, Upanishads for students like us. And he has been doing this for years, participated in several sabhas, debates, discourses, conferences throughout India. He's a founder of many trustees and charitable institutions. You know, when we went to our Vedic retreat, we were able to appreciate all the great and wonderful work that TSR had done in his various, over the years of contributing to Dvaita Siddhanta. Now, friends, here is an amazing inspirational story for all of us in this satsang. TSR has been writing in English about Tattvavada and Vedanta for decades. And he is a prolific writer. He is highly published. He has published over 310 books, and he is still publishing books and still writing books every day. Yeah. And so he's as I said, the number of books that he has written is gone past 300. In 2013, this was recognized by Limca Book of Records as the most number of books written on Dvaita philosophy. He has also gone on to the Indian Book of Records for the most number of books and works on Tattvavada philosophy. So TSR really is a great inspiration for all of us as to how we need to conduct our lives, how we need to balance our professional lives, and at the same time have a spiritually enriched lives. So without much ado, can I just request Neetaji to play the video that we recorded a few days ago? I think TSR is there in the audience today and blessing all of us here today. And with his permission, I would like to request Neetaji to play the video that we have recorded. Over to you, Neetaji.
Devam Narayanam Natva Sarvadokadam Paripurnam Gurunshan Gitartham Vakshyami Desataha Samasta Guna Sampurnam Sarvadosha Vivarjitam Narayanam Namaskritya Gita Tatparimuchate Krishnavatarat Puram Yashchakre Vyasaha Sriyapatihi Bharatam Tatra Gitam Cha Tammande Madhuvallabham. With regard to Bhagavad Gita, the German critic and great philosopher long ago told, he is W. Humboldt, he told, Gita is the only true philosophical song existing in any known language of the world. This is the compliment he has given after going through Gita 700 verses. Bhagavad Gita, is a part of Mahabharata. Mahabharata consists of 1 lakh of verses and 18 parvas. The 6th parva is called Bhishma Parva. And in the Bhishma Parva, from 23rd Adhyaya to 41 Adhyaya, those 18 chapters are Bhagavad Gita. The original Mahabharata is 60 lakhs granthas, but that is available to us is only 1 lakh granthas. 1 grantha means 32 letters. This Bhagavad Gita is called Mahabharata Parjata Madhubhutam Gitam Upavivadha. This Bhagavad Gita is the essence, quintessence of entire Mahabharata. There are many authorities, Brahmanda Purana and others, which state that Mahabharata is far superior to infinite Vedas because the Mahimas contained, the glories contained about Almighty Sri Krishna Paramatma is much more than what you find in the infinite Vedas. So, when we read Bhagavad Gita from the first verse, Dhritarashtra Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samayata Yutsavaha Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva Kima Kurvata Sanjaya, and ending with the 18th chapter, 78th verse, Yase Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Partho Dhanuddharaha Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutir Duva Nitir Matir Mama. If we read this 700 verses, we have covered the entire infinite Vedas and even much more than that. This is the glory of Bhagavad Gita that is available before us. Many have asked me the question, such a great philosophical song might have been told in a temple or in a sabha or in some other place, in a school, etc. Why should it be told by Lord Krishna in the battlefield? Therefore, within 1 minute, thousands of heads are going to roll down at that time. Then I told, place is not important, time is very important, because Arjuna knows very well that he is going to wage war. But when he came, Senayor Ubayor Mandye Ratam Stapayami Achyuta, when his chariot was installed in between the two armies, and when he saw both the armies on this side, on the Kaurava side and on the Pandava side, he wanted to run away. Therefore, at that time only, the preaching is very important. Therefore, Krishna started, and he also accepted that I am Sishya Steham Swadimam Tam Prapanyam. I am your Sishya. Kindly tell me what to do. Then Krishna started from second adhyaya, 11th sloka, Asochananma Sochatvam Pragyambadam Shabhakshase Gatasona Gatasumsha Nan Sochanti Panditaha. I will be covering in this short time only the gist from the first Shatka. Shatka means 6 chapters. So first 6 chapters, which consists of 279 slokas. My humble opinion, for each sloka, that is each verse, 1 day is required, but I am only covering a small portion of it. And first and foremost, Krishna tells that Jiva, that is the soul, is eternal and the body is not eternal. When Krishna asked to do the duty, you are a Kshatriya, to wage war. It is not a war for dominion. It is not a war for country. It is not a war for wealth, or it is not for war for kingdom or anything. It is a war between dharma and adharma. The Gita war battlefield is the dharma between dharma and adharma. Therefore, when adharma, that is, Duryodhana and others are called as Atatains. Atatain means terrible terrorist. Therefore, you have to see that dharma is protected. Therefore, then Krishna says, when he sees on the other side Dronacharya, Bhishmacharya, and others, he says he wanted to run away, and he told. Then Krishna tells that is the very important point. Second adhyaya, 12th sloka. Natvevaham jatunasam nattam neme janadipaha nachaiva na bhavishyamaha sarve vaimata param. That is, starting from 212 to 230, Krishna says that Jiva is eternal, soul is eternal, body is not eternal. Therefore, Arjuna, you have to do your duty. Then the next verse he says, Dehinosmin yasa dehe kaumaram evanam jara tata dehantara prapti dhira tatra mukyasi. Therefore, the deha is not eternal. Arjuna clearly says, Krishna, I know that soul is eternal. It is anadhanitya. It has no beginning. It has no end. I also know that deha is anitya. It will go. But I will tell you one point. Suppose if the war is not there, if Bhishmacharya were to be alive, and if I am were to be alive for 10 more years, I will have the chance of seeing the grandfather and prostrating, and that association, that company will be lost. What is the answer for that? The answer for that is given in the most important verse in Bhagavad Gita 2:14. Matra sparshastu kaunteya Sitoshana sukha dukkadaha agama payano nityaha tamditishasva bharata. It should be read as, this is called kakuswara. That is, in Sanskrit, avagnya suchakaha heenaswaraha swartena pramanyam kakuhu. Do you mean to say that mere the contact of the eye with the object is the reason for pleasure and pain? Not at all. It is only the abhimana, the attachment. Arjuna, you are only hesitating to kill Bhishmacharya and Dronacharya, but you are ready to kill others. Like that you find every day. Say for example, take for example our own case. When we drive the car in the road, we see so many beggar children are crying for food. We don't mind. We go away. But if the same thing happening in our house, we shout at the house because we have no abhimana on that child. We have got abhimana or attachment on our child. Therefore, this abhimana or the attachment or the main reason for the sukha and dukkha. Therefore, 261 Tani Sarvani Samyamya Yukta Asita Madparaha. That abhimana, we have got abhimana attachment, we have got the capacity to some extent. You put the abhimana at the lotus feet of the Lord. who is our creator. Therefore, Arjuna, you have to do your duty. Leave the Abhimana, keep upside. The duty has to be done. Therefore, this 212 and 230, up to 230, is one of the cardinal principle of Vedantic philosophy. It is a criticism on Charvaka school, that is atheist school, because Charvaka atheists, they do not believe that there is a separate jiva other than the body. All when the body goes, everything is gone. Therefore, you do whatever you like. Might is right. There is no sin. There is no virtue, anything like that. Therefore, first Krishna in Bhagavad Gita condemns the Charvaka schools and say that the soul is totally different and you will be reborn. If you remember this, I think in the world, half of the criminal offences will be over. Therefore, if we understand that we are going to be born again, and on the basis of the good work or bad work are done in this birth, then it is a great thing that to lead a virtuous life. Therefore, Krishna tells about this first thing. Then second point, I will deal with 2 points. The second point is Krishna says, do your duty. Arjuna, do your duty. That is more important. He says in 247, Karmanyevadhikaraste ma padesha kadachana ma karma pada bhetupu ma te sangostu karmani. Therefore, this jurisdiction, there are two kinds. One is personal jurisdiction and another is territorial jurisdiction. The personal jurisdiction is that doing the duty is our jurisdiction. With regard to giving the reward for that, the fruit for that is with me. Therefore, Arjuna, don't worry about that. You carry on with your duty. Then he takes 248. 248, most important. Yogastha kuru karmani shangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddha siddhayo samabhutva samatvam yoga yuchyate. In fact, for this one sloka to explain, I may require about a week's time, but I am just going in a speed way. What is the meaning of this? Yogastha Guru Karmani. Yoga, firm in yoga. Yogastaha, firm in yoga. That is the path to Jnanam. Path to Jnanam. Do any task, abandoning attachment to fruit. I am giving the literal translation of that sloka. Do any task, abandoning attachment to fruit, being equally balanced in respect of success and failure. This equanimity, not equality, equanimity is called yoga. The siddha siddhayo samobhutva samatvam yoga yuchyate. This equanimity is called, that is, being equally balanced in respect of success and failure. If you have this, the example, any sports or anything, therefore we have to play the game. Let us faithfully play the game. We are born here. We have to do our duty like that. Don't care for the result. Don't aspire completely. He says, abandon. This is what not only in philosophy, to lead a proper life here also in the mundane world, this is most important. Here Krishna says, most important is Nishkama Karma. Nishkama Karma is the central doctrine of the first 60 chapters. What is meant by Nishkama Karma? That is, Yogastha Kuru Karmani Sangam Tektva. Therefore, abandon attachment to the fruit, and whether you are going to succeed or whether you are going to failure, do your duty. Therefore, Siddha Siddhayo Samobhutva Samatvam Yoga Vichyate. This Nishkama Karma. I am dealing with the philosophical point now. This Nishkama Karma is the first step. Therefore, we are born here. Again, we should not be born. And we should not have this death and etc., this sorrow in life. We have to get emancipation, means that is aparoksha jnana. That is, we have to have the vision of Bimba Rupa of Paramatma. What is the step? Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Shravana should be done. Then Manana, Nididhyasana means meditation or dhyana. Before the three, the first and foremost step is adoption of Nishkama Karma. That is what Krishna says in 248. This Nishkama Karma should be adopted. That is, without caring for the result, you have to do your duty. You are born as a man, do your duty. Therefore, we are born here. We have to read Vedas, we have to read Shastra, we have to do help others, etc. Like that, you have to do your duty. Like that, he says, Krishna here, this Kriya or Karma, he mentions here. In some places, Krishna says that jnana is more important, knowledge is more important. Then I am now just telling from third adhyaya, first sloka. Then Arjuna says, Jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janardana tatkim karmani gore mam niyojayase keshava. The Vyamisrena iva vakyena buddhim mohayasi me. Krishna, Arjuna says, Krishna, you have praised in some places about the karma, your activity, task. In some places, you have told that jnana is more important. Therefore, I am confused whether this karma is more important or jnana is more important. Lord Krishna says in the third verse says, Lokesmin vidanushta pura prokta mayanaga jnana yogena sankyanam karma yogena yoginam. Therefore, this karma yogi also will have emancipation, moksha. The jnana yogi will also have moksha. Now you are born as a Kshatriya, son of Panduraja. Your duty is to protect the dharma. Therefore, you are a karma yogi. We are all karma yogis only. We are not jnana yogis. Therefore, karma yoga. Therefore, you have to do your duty. That is more important. Therefore, I told you that there are two divisions. This karma yogi, jnana yogi cadre, Sananda, Sanat Kumara, etc. They belong to that cadre. That is, the jnana yogi is also doing karma. Karma yogi is also knowing jnana, but the proportion is different because in some books I find it is they just say the reverse. It is not like that. Jnana yogi means suppose by jnana marga, if he is pleases God by 80% and karma by 20% means karma yogi will have jnana 60 and 40 like that. Therefore, the karma yogi will have jnana bhaga a little less than karma jnana yogi. Both are entitled to emancipation. For that, he gives the example karmanyaiva samsiddhim. Beautiful example. Third adhyaya 20th sloka. Karmanyaiva samsiddhim astitaha janaka deha. Janaka Maharaja, that is father of our mother Sita, was an emperor. Karmanyaiva samsiddhim. He was ruling the world at that time. But he was also hearing from Vedavyasa some lessons. But he reached moksha by doing karma. Therefore, karmanyaiva samsiddhim astitaha janakadeha lokasangrame vimapi sampasyan kartumarvasi. Therefore, there are people who have done their karma as a submission to God, as thinking about God. When a praja comes, when a subject comes before him, he sees the subject and also the God in him and does justice, and therefore they have done like this. Then also, another, in various ways, this Nishkama Karma, he substantiates. 321, Yadeda Acharya Sreshtaha, Tadedete Itro Janaha, Sayat Pramanam Kurute, Lokastadhanvartate. He says, Arjuna, you are setting an example. Therefore, you should not go back. The 7 Akshogni are seeing you. 1 Akshogni means 2.5 lakhs of soldiers. They are all waiting what Arjuna is going to do. If you are going to retreat, they will think that you are covered. Yet the Acharya Sreshta. Therefore, each man should set an example for the family, for the people, for the country. Like that you have to act. Acharya Sreshta Tadedeva Yatro Jana Sayad Pramanam Gurute. Whatever you believe as authority, others also believe. Therefore, Arjuna, you have to do your duty. That is Krishna says. Then Krishna again says in 322, Name Partasti Kartavyam. Trisulogesha Kinchana. Since me, I am now taken avatar as a human being. Though I am God, I have taken avatar as a human being. Name Partasti Kartavyam. Trisulogesha Kinchana. For me, nothing need be got in all the 3 worlds. Everything is in me. I am a Purna. Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamujyate. Still, you wanted me to act as a charioteer. I am doing this work of being the charioteer. Name Parthasti Kartavyam, Trishubokeshu Kanchana, Nanavaptam Avaptavyam, Varte Vichakarmani. Still, I am doing it as a charioteer duty because you wanted me to be like that. Then he gives the most ultimate example. Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha. Paradharmate Sunishthitate. Swadharme Nidhanam Shreya. He gives the ultimatum. He says, Swadharme Nidhanam Shreya. While doing your duty, suppose Nidhanam means death. Even if death takes place, Arjuna, I don't mind. Kindly understand that Arjuna is Subhadra's husband. The Krishna's sister's husband. Even then Krishna says, you have to do your duty. While doing your duty, even if you die, I don't mind about that. Swadharme Nidhanam Shreya, Paradharmo Payapaha, etc. This is one of the important point in third Adhyaya, that is Karma Yoga. At that time, I want to tell you one important point from Mahabharata as a corollary to this. Kindly understand that Krishna went as an emissary from Dwaraka to Hastinapura on behalf of Pandavas to plead half the kingdom for Pandavas. But he knows definitely that Dhritarashtra will not give and Duryodhana will prevent. But even then, he has done his duty. He has done his duty. Knowing the result, that it is going to be a failure, I am not satisfied, even if I tell this 100 times, knowing the result, but still Pandavas are my devotees. I have to do my duty for my devotees. They believe me. I have to do my duty. Therefore, he went as an emissary to there and purposely, completely knowing that he will be rejected. Therefore, that is the difference between God and man. And finally, before concluding, that's important fourth Adhyaya, because they wanted me to cover all the 6 Adhyayas. That will take a number of days. In my humble opinion, by God's grace, I have written on Bhagavad Gita from 7th chapter to 18th chapter in 6 volumes. Therefore, it is each sloka, minimum 1 week, if you give time, I will be able to do justice with my limited knowledge. Then fourth Adhyaya, they says, suppose if the Nishkama karma dwindles down, if the dharma comes down, what will happen? What will happen? Krishna says, Yada yada hi dharmasya, yada hi dharmasya, glanir bhavati bharata, abhyutanam dharmasya, tadatmanam srijamyam. I have written a small book called Conundrums, Peace in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita I am avachepakaha. Avacheka means conundrum or peace. I have written a book. This is one piece there. Mean yada yada dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanam dharmasya tatatmanam srijamyam. That is, Krishna is the person who will do as per his say. He will only say what he can do. It is accepted. When it is so, this glani means falling down, complete falling down. They completely erased. Therefore, this that happens in Kali Yuga. Therefore, when in Kali Yuga, when the dharma goes off, Krishna is not taking avatar at all. In 3 avatars only, Krishna's avatar, for your information, was over before 5,172 years back. Over. If you go to Dwaraka, they will give you the date also and where Krishna disappeared. Then Kali Yuga started. Therefore, in Kali Yuga, there is no avatara. This Kalki avatara takes place when Kali Yuga comes to an end. Therefore, yada yada dharmasya glanit bhavati bharata, Krishna has told, but he has not acted according to that. It may be the allegation. It is not correct because Tada Atmanam means he is going to tell. Atmanam means about his son, about Vayu Bhagavan and other great acharyas. He will create, he will see that birth are given to that and they are written on Bhagavad Gita many commentaries. Srimad Acharya has written the Gita Bhashya, then Gita Tatparya Nirnaya, and his Sishyas have written number of books on that. Therefore, with those who think Krishna, the Paramatma, he still continues, this Nishkama Karma should be done. Therefore, for achieving the object. Therefore, first Nishkama Karma should be done for if we want emancipation. Therefore, we have to do our duty, means we have to read Bhagavad Gita, we have to recite Bhagavad Gita, we have to enjoy Bhagavad Gita. Each sloka is a nectar. It's not a each sloka is a nectar. Even if you say Dharma Kshetre, Guru Kshetre, if you want me to give a lecture on that, it will take about 3 to 4 words. What is meant by Dharma Kshetra, what is meant by Guru Kshetra, Mamakaha Pandavashteva, etc. Therefore, such is the glory of great Bhagavad Gita, and I am grateful to Mr. Madhusudanan for having given me this opportunity of speaking few words about Bhagavad Gita on this day. Anaya Sevaya Srishaha Venkateswa Marutpriyaha Kulala Pushpavatu Pritaha Jagyan Me Jnana Sampadaha. My humble request to the listeners is to see that Bhagavad Gita is read. At least, I will give you a small clue. You take chapter 15, Purana Purushottama Yoga, and you take verses 16 to 20, 5 verses, Dvamyo Purusholoke. If you read those 5 verses, you have read the entire infinite Vedas. Thank you very much.
So that was a wonderful 25 minutes message from TSR. So I really want to do my Shashtanga Namaskara to our Guruji from Coimbatore for being our Margadarshi and also giving us the right direction as to how to approach the Shastras. His 25 minutes message on the first Shatka of Bhagavad Gita was truly inspiring. Nishkama Karma as the key message of the first 6 chapters. So TSR, thank you very much for your amazing lecture, and I will pass on to Neetaji to take over the next session.
I would like to Shri Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Shri Krishnaya Namaha. I'd really like to thank Shri TSR Uncle again for a wonderful lecture. As always, he's very, very inspiring to all of us and motivates us to study more. So with that, let us go on to the quiz part of the session. Let me just move on to the quiz slides. Just bear with me. Okay, do this slideshow. Okay. Slideshow. Okay, so you can, okay, let's start with the quiz. So before I go on to that, on the quiz, I would just want to say that with grace of Lord Sri Krishna, the Gita Chinthana team, under supervision and guidance of Madhusudanji and Sureshji, have completed first 6 chapters. So that was an amazing work by the whole team. And so the quiz is mainly as another way of learning. So it's not testing anybody. It's just trying to remember things and how to put it in practice, etc. So for the to answer, you can put it in the chat or unmute yourself and tell us the answers. The other thing I wanted to mention is homework questions. We will not be giving answers today because we want to give everyone some more time to think and find the answers, and then we'll discuss them at some other point. So we'll now carry on with the quiz itself. So this is the structure for today's quiz. So we'll do chanting of verses, means I will just chant the first 2 or 3 words of the shloka, and then I want the audience to then complete that shloka. So we'll do 6 of these, and then we'll have a picture round with 4 of those questions. And we always discuss daily life situations. How does Gita help us in our daily life. So there are 4 questions in that. Again, key verses are about that, those daily life situations. And some names. What are the meanings of names that come in Bhagavad Gita or related to Bhagavad Gita? As you know, total questions are 18, and we all know the importance of number 18, which we've discussed many times. So that's why I chose number 18. Right. So, okay, so we'll give you about half a minute to think if you want, and then you can answer. So the first 6 verses, before I start, I just want to give you the first 6 verses, or the 6 verses that I have chosen are Sri Krishna telling us all about his own, what we should understand about him. So the knowledge that we should have about him. So I think TSR uncle has also mentioned a few already. So you've got some answers there. Okay, let's move on. So question number 1, when you're ready, we'll just, so the first 2 words, Natve Vaham. Okay, so we're just going to give you 30 seconds to think.
If anybody wants to recite, they can also raise their hands.
Yes. Madhusudan, if you are okay to actually monitor that, because sometimes I can't see on the screen because my slideshow is there. Thank you.
I'll do that.
Yeah. Where's the chat function? Okay. Right. Anyone wants to chant?
So we got
Can
Pratibha ji giving us the verse also, and so we'll get Pratibha ji to go ahead.
न त्वेवाहं जातु नासं न त्वं नेमे जनाधिपाः न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः परम्.
Yeah. Thank you, Pratibha ji. That was beautiful. That is correct answer. Let's just let me go to the answer part. That is the correct one. 212. So you've given us the number as well. So again, the key message that there was no time when I did not exist or you did not all the kings. So so we know that eternality of soul and of Paramatma. Of course, there's a big difference between the 2 eternalities, that as Motherji has mentioned. Right. The next question.
Can I chant? I don't know which verse.
Yes, Sheila ji, yes, please go
न
ahead.
मे पार्थास्ति कर्तव्यं न मे कर्म फले स्पृहा. No, that's what I know.
Okay, no problem. Anyone else?
इति मां योऽभिजानाति. Sorry, I'm not getting it.
No worries, no problem.
न अवाप्तम् अनाप्तं व्या वर्ते एव
Shall I
कर्मणि.
go?
Yeah. Anyone wants to chant the whole one? Thank you, GBG.
Yeah. Shall I go?
Yes, Veena ji, go ahead.
न मे पार्थास्ति कर्तव्यं त्रिषु लोकेषु किञ्चन नानवाप्तमवाप्तव्यं वर्त एव च कर्मणि.
Yeah, thank you, Veena ji. That is correct. So I put a picture of Krishna as a cowherd. So he's doing a job, isn't he? He's showing that he continues to do the job. So 322. So he doesn't have to do any duties, but he's still doing to show us that he is engaged as well, and so we have to follow his path. Okay, ready? So next one. Question 3. Ajopi san.
अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा.
Yes, Shilaji, go ahead.
भूतानाम् ईश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवामि आत्ममायया.
Yeah. Okay, that is the right one. 4th chapter, 6th shloka. So, yeah, he's unborn have in Persia, Avyayatma. Okay. So again, telling us all his qualities. Right. Next
So
one.
Pratibha ji has put 3:6 is the reference to that verse. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So I'm not, yeah. Thank you. So 4-6, yeah. Okay. Question 4. Janma karma.
Okay, I can try. Prakash ji. Prakash.
Yes, Prakash ji, please go ahead.
जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम् एवं यो वेत्ति तत्पतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति मामेति सोऽर्जुन.
Thank you, Prakash ji. Perfect. Which shloka? Which number do you remember?
949.
4-9. Yes. Thank you. Very good. So again, divine nature of his birth. Yeah. So that's what he's saying. It's all his divine. He doesn't. It's not like if who knows that his birth is divine. You have to. It will reach eternal. Okay. So question 5.
Shall I chant? I think I
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
न मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा इति मां योऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते.
Yes. That's perfect.
I don't know the number. Sorry.
Okay. No worries. Anyone else wants to tell me the number before I show the answer?
Yeah, it is 414.
414.
414. Okay. Yeah, 414. So namam karmani limpanti. So he is not tainted by any of the roots of action and not bound by any karmic reactions. So that is another quality of Krishna. Right. Na kartrutvam.
This is in the 5th one.
GBG, go for it.
न कर्तृत्वं न कर्माणि लोकस्य सृजति प्रभुः न कर्म फलसंयोगं स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
It is
That's
14.
correct.
It is a 14th shloka in the 5th chapter. Oh, okay.
That's correct. Yes, that's right. Yeah, no, you had told me before I get off. So that's perfect. So again, na kartratvam na karmani. Yeah, it's about the independence. So jivas are not independent. So yeah, he does not give them that. So no freedom. So okay. So he is the one who does the actions. So we have only the what we call as dependent independence. Right. Picture round. Right. So we're moving quite well. So everyone is doing amazingly well, answering very quickly. So now coming to the picture round. So there are 3 pictures here. Which shloka comes to your mind? Again, remember that all these shlokas from the quiz are within the first 6 chapters only. So I put some pictures up. Just want to the 2 pictures that you got on the right hand side, or the C ones, those are the interpretation part of the shloka. Whereas the first one, there are some words related to that in the shloka itself. So, which shloka and what does the pearl that I've put in the picture represent? Okay, anyone wants to try?
So Suresh is saying 9:26. Suresh, do you want to come in and Suresh Vinaji 9:26?
पत्रं पुष्पं फलं तोयं यो मे भक्त्या प्रयच्छति
In the first
तदहं
6 chapters.
भक्त्युपहृतम् अश्नामि. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So I meant the within the first 6 chapters. And this same example was used in the Gita Chinthana. Same picture was used in the Gita Chinthana discussion as well during that. Who else is around?
Yamimam pushpitam vacham pravadanti avipashtitaha. Is that the one?
Yeah. And what about the pearl? What is that? Okay, let me go to the answer part. Anyone else wants to try? Just have a go. No marks, nothing. No, nobody's. You can
Is the pearl also to that shloka 242?
No. What it's saying is, what else can you see with the pearl? There's a deep diver, isn't it? So you have to dive deep into. You have to dive deep into to get the pearl.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Which one are you? And if you're just swimming on the top, you'll only swallow salty water.
Okay. I think this is the one. What is that? One second. I remember.
If you want to,
Yeah, that is the Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunya Upavarjanaha. That I think the shloka. What is that? Samplutodake. I'm not able to construct the full verse. I think that is what you're talking about.
Yavanartha udapane.
Yavanartha udapane sarvada samplutodake tavan sarve brahmanasya vijanatah.
That is very related, very close to this shloka. That by number is very close to this shloka or 2 shlokas.
Kamala, do you want to come and explain to us? You have said 245.
That's correct.
No. Okay. Right. Let me. I think Madhusudan ji did say the answer.
Go for it, Neeta ji. You.
I'll go for it. Yamimam pushpitam vacham. That's the one you mentioned, isn't it? Yamimam pushpitam vacham pravadantya vipashchitaha vedavadarataः partha nanyadastiti vadinaha kaman swargaparaha janma karma falapradam kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishwarya pratingati. So basically it is saying that Vedavadaratas, they are just very they want to get only the superficial knowledge. They will pluck the flowers early enough. They'll just say, oh, okay, it's a beautiful flower. They'll just pluck that flower, but not wait for it to fruit. So fruit is the mukti. So we just want to take the heavens or the little rewards that we are getting, immediate rewards. So just swimming or just, going very superficially, you won't get the pearls. The real pearls are deep down. So you have to dig deep into the Vedas and understand the deeper meaning of the Vedas and Upanishads. So that is what the pearl was representing. Is that right? Yeah, clear. Does that make it clear?
That's where I mean, would that not represent the Yavanartha Udapane? Because if you only superficially skim, you will not get it. But if you go deep into it, then only you'll get God.
I thought
I was thinking only that answer.
Okay. Oh, Yavanartha Udapane is like if you can get reward from a smaller bit, you can also get when you understand the bigger thing, you'll always get the smaller reward. So if you ask for mukti, you'll also get the other parts of the the happiness and the joy. You will get other phalas as well. Does that make it clear?
Yeah, definitely, that's true. But
yeah, so that is what I think we Yavanartha Udapani means. Madhusudan ji, if you can clarify which way.
Yeah, same. I think what Prakash ji was also saying, and you were saying Yavana to the partner in the sense that why are you hankering for temporary, small benefits, as Venki ji usually says. Why are you after the tips? You go for the bigger things. So we don't want the tips here, and you want to go for the bigger things. And if you do bigger things and you aim for moksha, of course, the Archiradi Marga, what happens? You go through the path of the sun, you will go to Swargaloka, you will stay with Satyaloka, all those things will happen, and then you will go to moksha. So you will also get all this plus the bigger reward, which is the moksha, is how we have been taught about that verse. And of course, there is also other things about creatorship of Brahman is also there in that. Udapana is about the Mula Prakriti, and so that's the other interpretation.
It's good. Yeah. So that I was planning to put a picture of the well and the sea. So that is what the small or little pond and the big sea, isn't it? Yavanartha. So okay, this is the flowery words of Vedas. That's what this was. I hope that was clear. So let's move to next question. Question 8. So which shloka that comes to your mind when you see this picture?
प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेशन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनः तत्त्वदर्शिनः.
Thank you, JVG. What are the qualities? So next question following that is, what are the qualities of a teacher and how should a student be? What are the qualities of a student? Which I think Sureshji covered it in his lecture. Within that shloka itself, it tells us within that shloka.
Oh, sorry. What was the question again? Sorry.
How should a teacher be and how should a student be? So who is a right student, or what you call adhikari? And what are the qualities of a good teacher? So it's within the same shloka.
Yeah. I mean, so the student should go pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. That means he has to go with all humbleness, with humility, approach a guru, and then also do seva to him. But then don't stop it there. Like engage in vada, means question and answers with the guru. Pariprashnena, right?
Yeah.
Prashnena, then sevaya, and then pranipatena. So you have to go with folded hands to a guru with meaning, with all humility. But then who should be the guru? So guru is something jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. That means they should have already known all this philosophy very well, right? Tattvadarshinaha. That means darshana means he has seen, not just he has seen, he has experienced all of that. So he becomes, so that is, those are all the tattva darshinaha, jnaninaha, upadeshanti. So they will kind of, give you the upadesha, the jnanam.
Yeah, perfect. Yes, that is very clear. Thank you, GVG. So the blue ones that the words I put are for student, and Jnaninas Tattva Darshinaha that he has mentioned. And I think during lecture, Madhuji mentioned Tattva Vada Darshinaha, the one who is understood that. Tattva Vada. So Guru should have that knowledge and experience, both are needed. So this is from Sureshji's slide during his talk. So, okay. Question 9. So I'd like to thank Venkatesh for this slide, part of the slide. So when he was doing his discussion, he mentioned two types of people or people who are described in this picture, in these graphs. So who are those two, the first one and the second one? And then the picture on the right, I think most of you will know that one. And then there's a similar principle. There are two other shlokas mentioning similar principle, which again, Sri T.S. Saranpuji had mentioned it in his lecture just a few minutes ago. Okay, so you take a few minutes if you want to. Then.
So this one,
Yes.
Gata Sangasya Muktasya Jnanavastita Chetasaha Yajnaya Acharata Karma Samagram Praviliyate.
Yeah. Who is this person who follows all this, like all the three? Swakarma, Acharana, Falakarma, Tyaga, and Bhagavad Swatantra Viveka. And who are these who are just doing like others, and then Falakarma Sangha, or Swatantra Bhava means they think they are doing the job, etc. What are the names of these? Who is this person and who's this person? What are they called?
Okay.
All the answers are from our Gita Chinthana videos and chants. So I've just picked from there. So all of this was discussed in our Chintana sessions.
Oh, okay. Together, yeah, to say a sloka that combines these things together.
I mean that that shlokas you leave first. Your first answer would be who are these? What are the names? Second will be this. Second is this. Second part of the question is this. The leaf one. That's a separate question. So,
Okay.
but because of the karma, I have put that picture there. So because of nishkama karma, I have put that particular picture.
I mean, for the left one is a karma yogi. So then the kind of right one is, basically like a karma bogi. So
Is the first one Bhagavatas?
Bhagavatas, yes. And then the second one. One is Bhagavata. Who are the others? With a superficial knowledge.
Vedavadarata.
Yeah. Oh, Traividyas.
Traividyas.
Traividyas. So Bhagavatas and Traividyas.
Okay.
Okay. So what? This is the easy one. Next one. The picture with the water on the lotus leaf.
Ambasa.
Okay. Please chant the whole shloka, please. Very, very famous shloka.
Yeah.
Anyone? Chapter 5, famous shloka.
Shall I try?
Yes, Shilaji, go ahead.
ब्रह्मण्यादाय कर्माणि
Yes.
सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा फलानि च लिप्यते न स पापेन पद्मपत्रमिमाम्बसा. Two other
Okay.
shlokas. I don't
Two
know.
other
Two.
shlokas which talk about Nishkama Karma, which Sir Uncle mentioned one of those just now
Yes,
in his lecture.
yes, I forgot.
And that's what he has taught us all this. So
I think Mai Sarvani Karmani Sanyasya Adhyatma Chetasa Nirmami Nirmabhava Yuddhasya Vegatachvara. That is one shloka.
That is one shloka. Yes, correct. Perfect.
And Nishkama Karma, right? Okay.
I thought, that one was one I said, Gatasangasa Muktasya. I think that also is a kind of, all the three parts come in there.
Anyone else wants to?
Is it Karmanyevadikaraste?
Very close to that. Very, very close to that. I'm giving you a clue. It's next one after that.
No. I'm not able to get it now.
Next after Karmanyevadikaraste. If you got a book, go for it. Look at it and tell me.
Kitla chapter hai?
2.
45.
242 is Karmani.
245. Yogastha Kuru Karmani.
Yes. Okay, you want to chant that, please?
Yogastha Kuru Karmani Sangam Tyaktva Dhananjaya Siddhya Siddhyo Samo Bhutva Samatvam Yoga Uchyate.
Let's go to the answer part.
In that one, see that third part doesn't come in there. That Bhagavat Swatantraya, it's not reflected in that shloka.
No, it's not. It's about the principle is about the lotus leaf or Nishkama Karma. So we're talking about,
Okay. But
that's what I mentioned as the related to Nishkama Karma. The three shlokas related to Nishkama Karma. So,
okay.
But
abandoning all attachment.
But if you're looking for all the three together in one, right?
Yeah.
So I think that
It's
will
confusing.
be right. If you put all the three things in one, in shloka, that is three aspects of, that is the three-legged stool of Nishkama Karma, right? So
absolutely, yes.
And then so that one comes as a more of a conclusion or at the very end. So that is what I was thinking as. Okay.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah, no, thank you, Judy. So basically, I've covered the main key Gita message about Nishkama Karma in this, and that's why I wanted to mention the Bhagavatas and Traividyas as well, and link that to Nishkama Karma. So any karma that Nishkama Karma is Bhagavata Arpana Buddhi and Nishkama Karma and Swakarma, meaning doing your karma according to Varna Ashrama. That is also the main part of the karma. According to your Varna and Ashrama, you can do your karma.
So Neetaji,
Right.
Prakash ji also wanted to come in and share some thoughts, I think.
Yes,
Sorry.
Prakash, please.
No. I was just going through my memory.
Yeah.
I believe there are more shlokas
Yes.
which talks about the Sangam Tattva, I mean, to give up the desires for the fruit of the actions. So I was just trying to go through that and then see whether there will be more shlokas than these three. I was just thinking about that.
Of course, yeah, there are a lot of shlokas in the first 6 chapters, and this is what we were taught by Sri TSR ji, as well as the 3 key shlokas for Nishkama Karma. So there are many shlokas actually which directly or indirectly talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. For example, the same 5:12 says that Yuktaha karma phalam tyaktva shanti mapti nishtikim. So all those things come. So I was just thinking about that, whether there are more we can put it.
Yes, there'll be a big list of shlokas for Nishkama Karma, definitely. And same for sense control, isn't it? This is repeated so many times about controlling your senses, controlling your mind, etc. So again, so we've done the karma part. So now we're looking at the control of senses. So it's showing. I won't give you more clue, but if you want to go ahead, let me know which shloka and which Upanishad has a very similar shloka. And we have covered this Upanishad in Vatsuji's classes as well.
Yeah, Indriyani Paranyahu.
Yes, that's correct. Go ahead.
Yeah, Indriyani Paranyahu. Indriyebhya param manaha. Manasastu para buddhi. Yo buddhe parasastu saha. Evam buddhe param buddva samstabhya atmanam atmana. Jahi sadrusham mahabaho. Kamarupam durasadam. This also comes in Katha Upanishad.
That's correct. Yeah, Katha Upanishad. Yes. So,
yeah, but Katha Upanishad is more detailed than the Gita shlokas. So Gita shlokas jumps couple of things.
Yes, that's correct. It goes far more detailed, isn't it? Each one in Katha Upanishad. So, okay. So sense control. He's saying yes, you have to control your senses to be able to do.
I will, Neetaji, just for completion, let me also recite Katha Upanishad sloka. Indriyebhyaha parahi artha artebhyashta param manaha manasastu para buddher atma mahan paraha mahatah param avyaktam avyaktat purusha paraha purushan na param kinchit sakashta sapara gatihi.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Very, very nice. Thank you. So that is the one. The first one you chanted was this. Indriyebhya parahyartha arthebhyashta param. So yes, that is right. Okay. So moving on to daily life situations. We all hear news, different types of news, sometimes very sad news. So we recently heard sad news about earthquake. We heard that, on television, we see it on television, or we hear it in the news. If it happens in a faraway country, we say, okay, we hear, we feel sad, and we sort of move on. If it happens in the next, country next to us, then again, we worry. If it happens in our own country, yes, we are affected even more. If it happens in our own city, we are affected far more. So, which shloka comes to your mind? Why is this happening? It's the same news, same picture, same, everything is the same. What you hear is the same, what you see is the same. But the nearer it is.
TSR said that one too, right? Matra
Parshat Kaunteya, yeah.
Yeah, that is the one. Okay. So Pratibha, she has also put 240.
Can I just say, can we say it in Kaku Swara, please? I will get another to say in Kaku.
Exactly, that's what you mentioned. Yes.
Yeah, I think I did that quickly. Matra Parshasta Kaunteya, Sitoshna Subhadakada, Agama Painaha Nityaha, Tantitikshava Bharata.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So that is the similar things. Everything it is the attachment, isn't it? Or it's Yeah. So now let me show you the answer and what Madhusudanji had taught us. In have to keep clicking here. So if you remember Madhusudanji's lecture, he had put that word Kakuswara and chanted in that, and it is the Abhimana, Mama, and Aham that causes that their distress. Okay, and the attachment. Okay, coming back to sensory input control, very, very difficult, isn't it? We all discuss this in all our Gita Chinthana sessions. How do we do it? There are so many examples I've put. Daily life, again, how relevant Bhagavad Gita is this to our daily life is that there are so many things that we have to control. Eating, okay? The favorite sweets, maybe. Harvard Peda is one of them that everyone likes. Gossiping, how do we stop doing that? Social media, number of television channels that we have. How do we, not watch those? I'm not saying it's wrong to watch them, but not all the time. How do we control it so that we can carry on with our daily activities? How do we stop doing that? Arjuna has asked this question for us on our behalf to Sri Krishna. So what was Sri Krishna's advice? What did he say? Sri Krishna.
I think the Dharwad Peda, there are lots of Dharwad Peda. You just have to keep it in the fridge and not look at it.
Not look at them. Yes.
I would like to go, but then I've been saying it every time, so I'll take a
So
pass.
yeah, okay. So Suresh ji has mentioned
I will give a chance to others.
635. Suresh ji has mentioned 635. So who wants to find that shloka and chant it? Yeah, it was done by Suresh ji in his lecture. It was a more recent chapter that we have covered.
असंशयं महाबाहो मनदुर्निग्रहं चलम् अभ्यासेन तु कौन्तेय वैराग्येन च गृह्यते.
Thank you, Pratibha ji. Okay. Chiviji, you wanted to add anything to this?
I mean, yeah, that is a one, but then there's also another one kind of related to it, because when even in the third chapter, right, when Arjuna is asking, right, Kameshaha, I mean, Atakyana Prayuktoyam Papam Charati Purushaha, Anichanapya Vashnaya Baladiviniyojitaha. So it will also come to that when it is controlling desire, right?
Yes, he Kama Esha Krodha Esha
Kodesha, and then that is where he said Tasmat Tvam Indriyani Adav Niyamya Bharata Shaba.
Yeah. So that also
right. So it is a niyama of Indriya Niyama is what was then he saying Papmanam Prajihehenam Jnana Vijnana Nashanam, and then he said that like burn it. So so that means that's what Niyamya Bharata Shaba. So Indriyani Adav Niyamya. So it's a very similar one. Okay, so that kind of the similar question, but in a different context. So there it's about, right, how do I control, what is it that is kind of, propelling us towards doing that one? It is a desire, a kama, right? And then how do we control that one? That is addressed earlier. So in the 6th chapter, it is more about dhyana. Hey, why am I not able to concentrate, right? Keep the dhyana and then stay in dhyana, right? We are able to do it momentarily and then it goes away. And then that's what. So that is, that is where the practice. And then the vairagya comes in.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, nicely explained, Jimji. Very, very nicely explained. Yes, that question Arjuna asked in 3rd chapter was about why do we get attracted? Still doing the wrong actions. Why do we get attracted why do we end up doing wrong actions when we know it is wrong? Why do we do it? And then Anichan Varsha. Yeah. So that, yeah. Right. So let's go to this answer for this one. Asamshayam Mahabhava. Again, why? Okay, maybe we are discussing well. So I think just a very quick question: why Kaunteya? Why did he use the word Kaunteya? Again, Suresh ji had clearly, I think, had explained that.
So, because son of Kunti in her whole life, she demonstrated that stuff. She went through various, sufferings and so on, but still she was able to, carry on with this. So that's how I understood it from Suresh's class. Anybody wants to?
Yeah. Suresh himself may be able to.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I mean, Madhuji got it right. So, yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's move on. Next, yes, sorry, someone wanted to say something?
No, I remember Suresh, someone telling a story about what Kunti had told Arjuna, and then at that moment he want to recollect that story, and then he uses this name as Kaunteya. I don't remember the story what he said, but it's about the courage. She was telling him about a Puranic story which depicts the courage of the sun when it had gone to a battlefield or something.
That's correct. She told them a story of another, trying to remember the name of that, another lady who tells her son to go back to fight in the war. He comes back wounded, but she says, "No, you still have got life in you. You have to go back and fight till you." So that is the story she tells him. But Susanji had said that she suffered and she carried on. So how tough she was, how she managed to do it. So that's why he's mentioning that. Thank you, Prathamesh. Thank you, Madhusudanji. Right. So again, daily life question. Children or youngsters not following advice, what we tell them to do, read or eat healthy or pray. How do we manage this? Or juniors not following instructions, not listening to what is being told. I'm highlighting the word listening. So what is Krishna's advice on this day-to-day life question? How to preach, teach? Pratibhaji had covered this in her session. Giving clues.
It's 320, Karmanaiva hi samsiddhim. You be an example by
Yeah,
practice.
be an example. What's the answer for that one? Be an example.
Janaka's example he gives. Like
One, a few
practice.
after that. Just a few after that. Again, Shruti
Yad acharati shreshtaha.
Yeah, anyone wants to complete that shloka?
यद्यत् आचरति श्रेष्ठः तत्तत्येव इतरो जनाः स यत् प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकः तत् अनुवर्तते.
Yes. So we say about listening, but it's what he's saying is it's not about telling them what to do. It's about showing them what to do. So this is from your slide, Pratibhaji. Wise one should instead demonstrate the proper way of performing duties through action. And that is what Sri Krishna is doing, isn't it? He's showing everyone what to do and how to do it. He's telling us, but he's also showing us. He's also showing us how to do it. So yadyad acharati shreshtaha. So the knowledgeable ones should continue to show and tell us how to show by performing, actually. So children will follow what you do rather than what you tell them. So just do the right things in front of them. Okay. So next question. A sportsman wins a trophy, gets very, very, very excited, overexcited after winning the trophy. Next match, he's very happy, very confident, overconfident. In the next match, he loses it. He does not score anything, does not score a goal, and the team loses, so he feels very, very bad. So, or very sad, rather, very sad, depressed. So I'm looking for a shloka in chapter 5. You know that Sri Krishna is a great psychologist, and Bhagavad Gita is a great book, teaches us a lot of psychology. So I guess sports psychologists would have learned from that too. So teaching all the sports teams how to behave in such situation, how to react in such situations. Anyone wants to tell us what shloka thinking of? Fifth chapter. Give me a clue.
Is it 220? I mean, 520.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, go ahead, chant it. You're right.
न प्रहृष्येत् प्रियं प्राप्य नो द्विजेत् प्राप्य च प्रियं स्थिरबुद्धिरसम्मूढो ब्रह्मविद् ब्रह्मणि स्थितः.
Yeah. There may be other shlokas as well here. So if anyone wants to think of any other
I think,
shlokas, that's also fine.
I don't remember the full sloka. Dukkeshu anuvignamaneshu sukeshu vigatasparaha. That is, he doesn't go into the two extremes. I don't remember the full sloka. I said second chapter, I think.
Yeah.
Sthita prajna. Qualities of Sthita prajna.
Yeah, qualities of Sthita Prajna. Yeah.
He's not doing.
I'm sure there are other shlokas. 248 as well. Same Samasiddha, Vasiddha, that also is similar. Yeah, so this was more of from the fifth chapter. So there are many shlokas which tell us about equanimity. So I've just picked this up again. This is Anandji's presentation about pleasurable experiences except when they excessively rejoice, or unpleasant experience causing pain and distress. They go into depression or grief. Very extreme reactions, as you see in this graph. We shouldn't be. We should be very equanimous.
Only one, sorry to interrupt you. I just remember this sloka. Sukudukke same kritva labha labho jaya jayo. That is very apt for this situation because winning, losing, jaya jayo. So
correct. So that's why the 248. That is 248, isn't it?
No, 248 is Samatvam.
Samatvam Yoga. Correct, not Samatvam Yoga. Labha Labho Jaya Jayo. That is the correct
that is 38, 238.
That is 230. Yeah, that also is right. But this was discussed in the Gita Chinthana, so I just put that up. But yes, that Labha Labho Jaya Jayo is also as a very good, great example, shloka example. So as you see, there are multiple shlokas, so we just have to remember them in these daily life situations. Thank you, Prakashji. Thank you. Okay, so we've completed 3 categories. Now we're doing the 4th category, that is names. So different names that come in. And the most common one, we chant Shri Bhagavanu Vacha, right? So many times we've said Bhagavanu Vacha. What is the meaning of Bhagavan and what attributes? I'm giving a clue there. Attributes are we talking about? And if you can, where is this definition from, or which Purana is this definition from?
Yes, attributes and Bhaga, and they are this Shreya, Aishwarya, then fame, then beauty, the courage.
Yes. How many are there, Pratibhaji?
6, no? Bhaga.
6, correct. Yeah. Bhaga, 6. Yeah.
Bhaga is
I think
Bhaga.
you've got, I think you've got the 6. You know where that definition, where they got this from?
Yeah, I don't know where, from which Purana, I'm not aware.
Okay, no problem. But yeah, you got it right. Anyone else wants to add anything?
One is Bhagavata Purana, the other one is Vishnu Purana. So both Puranas give a definition of Bhagavan. Bhaga means group of 6. He who has the highest group of 6.
Yeah. Primary qualities. Sorry, we can't hear
Madhuji has mentioned it many times. Still, see, we have forgotten.
That's why I thought I'll put it up, because it's an important one, and we are chanting Shri Bhagavanu Vacha. Even I forget it so many times. I have to hear about 10, 12 times. Is it 12 times that Shri Madhvacharya has told us? It has to be 12 times that we have to read or understand, and then only we'll remember. It may be even not even 12 for us. For us, it may be far more than that. So yes, Vishnu Purana.
One observation in this Vishnu
Yes.
Purana, where does Virya come in this sloka?
Huh?
No, this Virya is not there in the Vishnu Purana sloka, if I read it correctly.
Yeah, there is another one. Might, it says Samakrasya Dharmasya Yashasya Shreya. Vairagya. Madhuji, I'll need your help with that one. I thought it was.
Aishwarya yasya samagrasya dharmasya
Dharmasya.
yashasaha shriyaha jnana vairagyo aishwarya shannam bhaga itingana. Okay, so the might is there. Yeah, so property. Yeah, so the might is there. So that virya could be that might. But that virya thingy comes in the Bhagavata Purana. So if you go to the Bhagavata verse there, the Bhagavan says Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Virya Shreya Shriya Shri and everything else comes. I was just quickly searching for that Bhagavata verse one second.
But
Yeah. It
Aishwarya,
is dharmasya here. Dharmasya, isn't it? And it's samagrasya means in all, like fullness. So some may have Aishwarya, like small amount of Aishwarya, but not. It's complete. Purna, isn't it? So
Yeah,
Purna.
Samagra should go with everything. Samagra Aishwarya,
Samagra goes with all of it.
Samagra Aishwarya, Samagra Jnana, like that you
Correct.
should.
Yes. So Samagra is for all the six. Thank you, Prakashi. So Samagra, so in full, 100%, whereas others might have small amounts, 5%, 10%, etc.
So here I got that verse Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya Yashasaha Shriyaha Jnana Vairagyasya Chaiva Sannam Bhaga Iti Rana. Okay, that is the same. And here what is happening is Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya. So the Viryasya is replaced by Dharmasya.
Correct. I think that the two, yeah.
Interesting.
I didn't add the other one. I just added one for just a reference sake. Thank you. I think you've got those two in your presentation. Yeah. Thank you. So question 16, who is Parantapa and what's the meaning of Parantapa? Easy question. Who's Parantapa?
so Arjuna, who is giving Peter to others, right?
Yeah.
Who is making others' life very difficult.
That's one life of, one meaning of Parantapa.
Right.
Any other meanings?
He's a great, he's a param tapa. He's a great aparoksha jnanin.
Sureshji, you've done this session.
I'm not recollecting anything right now.
Okay. So, yeah, conqueror of internal and external force. So,
Right.
it is param, and as you mentioned, thinking of contemplating on Lord all the time is param, that is Lord, tapa, contemplating on tapa. So, and parantapa, they giving, as GVG was mentioning, giving a lot of distress to the enemies. Okay. Narayana, another common name that we come across a lot. When we're doing Satyanarayana Puja or all the shlokas that we're chanting, Narayana is a very, very common name. What is the meaning of Narayana, or what is the etymology of Narayana?
Nobody's answering. I can attempt.
Go ahead.
So na plus ara plus ayana. Ara means dosha, na ara means no dosha, no defects. Ayana means is a abode. So is the abode of no defects. Na ara dosha, na ara means the other meaning is one who has all the auspicious qualities. So one who is having no defects and one who has all the good qualities or the mangala qualities in him. Then many meanings are there.
Yes.
Satyadma Tirtha has given extempo more than 200 meanings in one sitting. So na ara plus ayana is again, ara means jnana, na ara means ara means ajnana, na ara means one who has no ajnana. That is an abode of that. It also means the opposite means one who has all the full knowledge. Like that, we can go with multiple meanings of na.
Thank you. I think those are the key meanings. So even if we keep remembering one, then two, then three, slowly we'll add to that. Thank you very much, Prakash.
So Neetaji, can I also add a little bit more on because Such a beautiful word. So the other thing, picking up from Prakash ji, Naram Ayanaha. So Naram means Jnanam. So so you can get knowledge of him through the Vedas. So Gamya, he's Gamya. You can know him through knowledge. And then Nara means Mukta. Muktas are called Narams. Yeah, Ara means defects. Na Ara means no defects. So Muktas are without any defects. So Mukta means Amruta. Amruta, where he is the Ayana, he is abode in Vaikunta, and all the Mukta Jivas are also there in Vaikunta. So one of the things that we have been repeatedly told is that Narayana actually is a summary of the 4 Adhyayas of Brahma Sutra. So one is so what are all the 4 Adhyayas that we have? Samanvaya Adhyaya, Avirodha Adhyaya, Sadhana Adhyaya, and Phala Adhyaya. So all 4 come in the word Narayana. And also Jayatirtha in his Nyaya Sudha has said that Narayana actually denotes the 8-fold cosmic dispensation of the world. Sthiti, Shrishti, Sthiti, Pralaya, Niyamana, Bandha, Moksha, Jnana, and those 8 things that are described also comes in Narayana. And then, of course, Naram Ayana. Naram means water. He who is on the cosmic waters. That means Sadeva Somya Idamagra Asit, as the Upanishad says. Before creation, there is one being that was there sitting on the cosmic waters, and that cosmic waters is Naram, and on top of it is this person, so Narayana. So those are some of the things that comes to our mind when we think about Narayana.
I remember.
Yeah, go on, Pratibhaji.
No, I remember Masudanji also talking about Naram Ayase Janasi. He is a witness of the whole universe.
Great, yeah.
Thank you. I think we're learning so many different, so we keep on adding to this as Prakash, you're saying hundreds of meanings for Narayana. So I think we'll keep learning. The more we hear, the more we'll remember.
So Prakash ji, the 200 meanings of Narayana, is there a YouTube video if you could
Yeah,
share
I think so. I think so. I had to. Yeah, it's a good point you made. If I find it, I will just share it in the group.
Yeah.
Please share it on the group.
Yeah, and also Vijayendra Tirthur, I think I have a PDF in Sanskrit. If I find that, I will also share that in the group.
Yeah. Thank you.
And also as Sri T.S.R. Uncle-ji's Vishnu Sahasranama meaning book describes all the meaning. So I have some of these meanings. So very briefly, yeah, go on.
I'm so enthusiastic to share more on this because the Sripad Acharya in the Mangalacharana Sloka of Brahma Sutra Bhashya said Narayanam Gunai Sarvai Rudirnam Doshavarjitam Gneyam Gamyam Gurunshtapi Sutra Uchyate. So that line itself summarizes the Brahma Sutra. Mangalacharana of Srimad Acharya gives the meaning of Narayana itself.
And there's a Narayana Purana as well, isn't it? Sorry, I'm ignorant. I don't know a lot about it, but that also mentions. So yes, I think we have covered more than what is here. So Nara, water, yeah, covered more than what I have listed. The other one I just wanted to mention is there are living entities and a resting place for all the jivas as well. So he is a resting place. Right, we have come to the last question. Everyone has amazingly well contributed, really nicely. So now, what is another name for Mahabharata? What number does that name represent? And for a bonus point, what is the rule that is used to calculate that number? These answers were there in the Gita Chinthana sessions.
Jaya.
Jaya, yeah. Which shloka mentions that? Was it Pratibhaji or Shilaji? Oh, sorry, I didn't hear.
Yeah, number is 18, and Jaya is the another name.
Jaya is the another name. You want to chant that shloka where Jaya comes in that? The one we chant regularly?
The prayer.
Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Please chant.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Jayam Udirayet.
Jayam Udirayet. So Jaya is another name for Mahabharata. So Pratibhaji mentioned 18. Do you know the rule that is used? So how is it 18? Why is it 18?
I think Ja is 1 and Ya is 8, or Ja is 8 and Ya is 1. According to the Sanskrit, you have to learn it. You have to chant it backwards.
So Ja will be 8 then, isn't it? Ja will be 8 and
Ya is 1.
1. Anyone knows the rule? Any name of that rule that is used to this, what this is called?
So if okay, I'll give 10 seconds. So it's Ankanam Vamato Gatihi.
Right.
So when you count your fingers, you start from the little finger and then you go to the other finger. So Ankanam Vamato Gatihi. Similarly, another thing also I wanted to just share, Neetaji, Brahma Sutra 564. Why is Brahma Sutra 564? If you do Ankanam Vamato Gatihi, Vashana, Vishnu. It talks about Vishnu, so it is 564 aphorism. Similarly, Jaya is 18.
Yeah. There's a similar one for Harikatamrita Sara as well, Deepa. So so that's how I got. Is this rightly said?
So I think you got typo there. It's I think you got the typing there.
Okay.
Ankanam Vamato.
Ankanam. Oh, Ankanam. Okay. Okay.
Ankanam Vamato.
Yes, yes, it's yeah.
So Vamata means when you count, Vama means little, right? So when you count, Ankanam Vamato Gati means you start with the little finger. So Vamato Gatihi is when you count your numbers. So Ankanam Vamato Gatihi. So that is why Jaya.
So that's why you have to count from 1 to 18. Yeah. Sorry about the typo. I got it from a different section. Okay. That's fine. So that is question 18, answer 18, and then ends with 18, ends with Mahabharata and Narayana. So everyone is a winner. As I always say after every quiz, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Tatra Partho Dhanurdhara. Yeah, so Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. So wherever there is Lord Krishna, everyone is a winner. So with that, I would like to close this session of the quiz and hand it over to Venkiji to tell us about chapter 7. And chapter 7, how that is where he'll be leading chapter 7 and he'll tell us how it is structured. So for my part, Krishna, so I'll go ahead. Venkiji, please go ahead.
Namaskara for everyone. Neetaji had given solutions for all of these yesterday to me. So I had to keep quiet. So thank you to Neetaji for this excellent quiz. And of course, many namaskaras to TSR. What a really inspiring person he is. And I want to do namaskaras to Swamiji, my own Guru Keshav Rao. And then I want to start with a prayer today. And this prayer is Ajnana, Vismriti, Bhranti, Samshaya, Apasmriti, Kshayaha, Tandra, Kampa, Vachakauntya, Mukhayecha Indriyodbhavaha, Doshaste, Nashamayanti, Raghavendra Prasadataha. And this is written by, of course, the famous Apanacharya, and it comes in the Raghavendra Stotra that we recite every day. Reason why I put this is because today is Saptami. So, GV and I, we made a pact to recite one chapter of Bhagavad Gita each day. So I have a very complicated way of doing it. So Saptami day, I recite the Saptami, and then GVG decided to recite it each day and then go forward from there. So today is Saptami. Saptama Adhyaya has begun, which is very exciting. And the Adhyaya itself is also called Jnana Vijnana Yoga. And so what I wanted to talk about when Suresh ji recruited me to do this, he was saying, talk about Jnana, Vijnana and Ajnana also. And then I said, let me talk about Viparita Jnana as well. And so there is Jnana, Vijnana, Ajnana, Viparita Jnana. So I put a little picture there on the left-hand side. So we are completely enveloped in Ajnana. Like they say in the 3rd chapter. And in the ajnana that we have a little bit of light. We are calling it jnana. That is that orangish glow on the left-hand side that you see. And in the jnana, if we were to go deeper, like how Neetaji showed that pearl, and you go deeper and deeper and deeper and get detailed knowledge, that becomes vijnana. So it's Vishesha Jnana Vijnana. And so as you go deeper, the jnana becomes more and more and more purified. But in the picture, I showed the Viparita Jnana. In Kannada, people think that Viparita Jnana means, our Viparita Jnana idari, like that. Now it has come to where they are saying that Viparita Jnana is a lot of Jnana, but that's not how it is in Sanskrit. In Sanskrit, Viparita Jnana is the opposite of Jnana. The positive entity, which is the opposite of Jnana, is what they are calling Viparita Jnana, also called Bhranti. And so our knowledge is encrusted with Bhranti, and then we have Jnana, then we have Vijnana. And the deeper that you want to go, the more your Jnana shall become, because it is impossible for you to understand any one thing without understanding a lot of other things. And so that is what Bhagavan Krishna, that we just talked about, the Shannam Bhaga iti Ritam, like we talked about. So Krishna is going to be talking about it, Bhagavan Krishna. And so in the modern times, we have this acquisition of knowledge paradigm, isn't it? We have data, information, knowledge, wisdom, which is data is a lot of disjointed information that is coming at us. If you organize it, it becomes information. And then if you organize it, because you have to have context for it, then once you organize the information, then it becomes knowledge because it is actually meaningful to you. Then if you get a lot of knowledge, you now get a insight. And then the insight is what is then going to be guiding you. And so a lot of people, all of us, we are living in an environment which is very, very intense and diffused, right? So there is a lot of people talking and a lot of people talking at the top of their voice. And so it's like almost sometimes you cannot even hear yourself think. And so it is going to be very difficult for us to gather good data, develop good information, create knowledge, cultivate wisdom, but that's all what we need to be doing every single day. And so that's the reason why if we don't have good wisdom, we are always going to make bad decisions. And then when we make bad decisions, like what Neetaji is saying, Bhagavad Gita is all about real life, day-to-day life, what she calls it. It's going to do more harm than good, actually. And so therefore, we want to pray for great masters like Raghavendra Swamiji, for us to be diligent followers. And when we can find them, we want to be their followers. And then when we are their followers, I think we'll be in good shape. And that's what they are asking. They're saying Ajnana, meaning lack of knowledge, Vismriti, meaning forgetfulness, Bhranti, which then means illusion, which is this Viparita Jnana, Samshaya, which means extremely doubtful knowledge, Apasmriti, misremembering things, not only not remembering things, but misremembering it, Kshaya, which is bodily dysregulation, Tandra, which is laziness, Kampa, which is the shakes, what they call it, and then Vachakauntya, the stuttering that happens, or the lack of, or sometimes we want to say something and then we say something else, the stuttering of our brain and our language. Mukhayecha. So more of these, let it go away, is what we are praying. And may Sri Raghavendra Swamiji help us. May all of our gurus help us. So if you go to the next slide, I want to just give one quick example for a difference between jnana and vijnana. So very famously, we know कर्मणि एव अधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भुः मा ते संगोस्त्व अकर्मणि, which is basically the Bhagavad Gita prescribes us to do nishkrama karma, nivritti karma, which is don't think about fruits or don't ask for fruits, don't hanker after fruits, especially when you are doing the activity that you're supposed to be doing anyway. And so one of the questions that we would have is why? Why? And then the jnana will answer us saying it is prescribed. The Bhagavan himself has said, just do it, do it. But the Vijnani will ask, why? And then we will say, the Sakama karma is binding, right? We want you to do Nishkama karma because Sakama karma is binding. And so the Vijnani will ask, why? Why is it binding? And so then we will say to him, or our own mind will reply back to us, we're saying, listen, think about all the ways in which things can go wrong when you start hankering after fruits, right? We will say, if you are asking for fruits, what does it mean? It means that we are thinking we know better than the Lord for what is best for us. We are also thinking that the Lord may not even give us our just due. That's why we have to keep reminding him all the time. We are able to think that we are able to handle the request that we have just made. What if our request was so out of whack that getting the request would actually land us in more trouble than benefit us. We're thinking that maybe the Lord may run out of the means before our due is happening. So that's the reason why when we are in a buffet line, we want to go first, because what if all of our favorite Dharwad paydays, for example, because Neetaji was showing it, run out. We want to go there first and we get it because we think there is a limited supply of everything that the Bhagwan has in his hands. We're also thinking maybe the Lord has not observed us doing our karma. That's the reason why we need to ask the Lord again and again to give us the fruits. Like I give this example of George Costanza. It's an American show called Seinfeld. He never tips anybody because his thinking is, why should I tip anybody if they have not observed me tipping? So it's almost a waste of time to tip somebody, is what he's thinking. And then we may also think that the Lord may somehow forget it because he has limited knowledge. There's a lot of stuff going on. And so that's the reason why we want to keep reminding him. We're also thinking that maybe the Lord is partial. And so we want to pray to him so that we are on the good side of the Lord. Do you understand? So we are extolling the Lord because we think that by being on his good side, we can get a little bit of the benefit of him being partial towards us as opposed to being partial towards somebody else. And then finally, we think we have a right to ask. Karma niyama adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma ma phala. So we don't have a right to ask it, but then we think we do have a right to ask it. Why? Because we're doing our duty because it's the right thing to do. That's the reason why we are doing it, but we don't have any right to ask for it because it's already a sort of like Lord has given us what we need, and then we are expressing our thanks by doing our duty. And so what we are trying to say here is, with so many different ways of thinking wrongly, how can we expect that a sakama karma would be liberating? How can we expect it? Now take this to this logical extreme. Sakama karma is not liberating to you, then definitely malicious karma is not liberating to you at all. Dushkarma will never liberate you. So therefore, we need to be approaching the Lord, as Raghavendra Swamiji says, in a mode of devotion. Bhakti paradhyana we need to have towards the Lord. And then the second thing is, akarma will also not be liberating, and it's also not possible. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatatishthati akarma kriti. So therefore, you cannot do akarma because it's not possible for you. You could do dushkarma and valle karma, nice karma, and then even in the nice karma, you can do it in the nishkama way, and then you do nishkama in a bhagavat swatantra way, then that is going to be liberating to you. So those are the ways in which any one simple thing can be delved as deeply as possible. The Lord is now going to say he controls everything. Sutre Manigana Yuva in the 7th chapter. It's a very exciting chapter. I invite you guys to join with us. We'll be recruiting people to do it. And then if you go to the next slide, and of course, when I get recruited to do this, the first thing I ask is, Suresh ji, can you split up the whole entire chapter in bite-sized segments, because he does a really, really good job of it. And so he was very kind, and he divided the chapter into 5 sections: the introduction section, the section where we're going to be describing Hari Mahima, we're going to be destroying Artho, Jidnyasar, Artharthi. So then we're going to be describing the types of seekers that are coming in. We're now going to then think about the outcomes, knowing of the outcomes, and then we're going to be thinking about how to do the right thinking. And so I want to conclude it with Raghavendra Swamiji. We began with a prayer to him. We concluded with his words itself. Tatra Purva Shatke Jnana Yogoktihi. Jnana Upaya Uktihi. So he's saying Lord has, in the first 6 chapters, Shatka, he has given a means of attaining the knowledge. The second Shatka now, sorry, he's giving you, he's explaining to you what the knowledge is. In the second Shatka, he is telling you the means of acquiring knowledge and how you can be good with that knowledge that you are getting. How can you get deeper knowledge, and why you are supposed to be getting these knowledges are going to be discussed. And then finally, the last chapter is going to take the first 2 Shatkas and then go deeper into it. It's sort of like the Vijnana of the Vijnana, if you will, right? It is taking already something that has been explained and then explain it in a more deeper fashion. And so basically, the first chapter and a few of the shlokas in the second chapter served to set the setting. In the 18th chapter, which is in the 3rd Shatka, it will all come to an end. And we are right now in the middle of the Bhagavad Gita. I welcome you all and look for all of your cooperation and all of your active participation. And then we begin into the second Shatka, the 7th chapter, Jnana Vijnana Yoga. And with that, I'm going to say namaskaras to all of you and bring it back to Madhuji and Neetaji for concluding comments.
Thank you, Venkateshi. Yeah, we'll really look forward to this session. I think how you summarized it, it's amazing. I think you said, oh, we want to know more. The way you've put it is, oh, we want to know more about this. And a wonderful list as why we should not ask Lord for, he knows everything. So yeah, fantastic list. That's amazing. So, okay. With that, I think we've come to end of this session. If anyone has anything to ask, then yeah, please do so. If not, I'll pass it over to Madhusudan ji.
So fantastic quiz, Neetaji. So first, I would want to thank TSR, our guru, for taking time and give us that summary in a brief 25-minute talk. So thank you, TSR. And then, of course, amazing quiz, Neetaji. It elicited so many discussions, interesting points, and it was really a good team effort. So thank you so much for that. We look forward to Venkiji's chapter 7, which I hope will be over a couple of sessions or so. And then, in the meantime, we just carry on with our onward march on Keno Upanishad. So we'll catch up with our very first verse next Sunday. So yeah, thank you everyone for fantastic participation. So on that note, can I invite Sushil ji to recite Om and close today's session, Sushil?
One more. Pratibha ji said thank you.
Oh yeah. So before we say that, I'd also like to thank Pratibha ji for contribution for the written questions as well. So I forgot to mention that before. So thank you, Pratibha ji, for that.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah.
Thank you for the audience as well. Thank you.
So thank you everyone for fantastic participation. See you next Sunday for part 2 of Keno Upanishad. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.